Good morning. So I'm back from my winter hiatus. It is currently April 16th here in New York, Zone 7B, and I am beginning to take my plants out as the nighttime temperatures are ranging from the high 40s to the low 50s, and we're going to have some daytime temperatures between the high 50s and the low 70s. And without any rain on the forecast, I figure this is a good time to take the plants out from the grow tent, start getting them acclimated to the sunlight. And one of the first plants that I brought out is this Boswellia Serrata. Now this is a really big tree. You can see the trunk down here. It's about, I want to say 3 or 4 feet tall. And getting a Boswellia Serrata to grow a thick trunk like this is very difficult if you grow them in a pot year-round. Like I've mentioned in other videos, this is a humid subtropical or humid tropical Boswellia species, and they thrive in the ground. So when you put them in the ground, they will grow probably 3 or 4 times as fast as they would if you keep them in a pot year-round. And that is true even if you just ground them for the growing season. You know, obviously I can't keep this Boswellia Serrata in the ground all year long, but what I am going to do is I am going to put this in the ground along with my 2 other smaller Boswellia Serratas, and I'm going to make a follow-up video probably later in the summer showing the growth and measuring the difference between, grounded Boswellia Serrata versus, last year when I just kept them in pots year round and they really didn't budge much. Now I'm not going to be able to show the whole process of me putting this in the ground because I'm filming this on a phone with one hand. I can't really dig and film at the same time, but I'm going to make a series of short clips showing the process. I definitely want to check out this root system because Serrata grows some really crazy tubers, and I'm going to explain my process. So over here gets really good sun. I'm thinking I'm either going to put it here or where that really sad looking Optunia is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to first unpot the Boswellia Serrata and check out how big the roots are. I'm gonna dig a hole that is about twice the size of the roots. And I have a very, the soil here is like sandy loam. So I'm probably going to do some soil amendments. I'm probably gonna put a bit of perlite in the soil, a bit of compost, because Serrata really likes, rich, well-drained soil. And, I'm gonna put the Serrata in and I'm going to backfill it, give it a good watering, and then I'm gonna be able to keep it into the ground right up to maybe October, November with the first frost, where I'm going to very carefully dig it out and place it back into a pot for the winter. And that is a lot of work, but the growth that you get on these guys when you put them in the ground is infinitely better than just keeping them in a pot all year round. So I will be right back when I dig the hole and I start taking this out of the pot and putting it into the ground. And I'm also going to do this with my smaller Serratas too. I just haven't decided where I'm going to put them yet. But I'm really excited to see what this can do. And you can see it started to leaf out when it was indoors under the LEDs. I mean, this isn't a lot of growth, and I expect it to go into a little bit of shock, but it's going to start branching from here, maybe on this side. And I would expect this to be a much larger plant come the fall when I dig it up. So I will be right back with the next step. All right, so it's been about 20 minutes and I have got this guy unpotted. And this is the root system. Now, typically Boswellia serrata has a much larger root system with these, let me put this down, much bigger tubers. But I actually got this plant from a buddy of mine in Thailand who grows them in the ground, you know, hence why it's so big. And he did have to chop it a bit for shipping. When I received it in late August, early September, the root system was just kind of like, I'd say about this much. So you could see over the course of the winter, while it didn't really grow, it has this tuber is completely new, and this one coming down here is completely new, which is a key feature of pretty much every Boswellia. When they are dormant over the winter, they may not grow leaves, but they are putting energy into growing these roots. You know, these roots are twice the size that they were. The only thing I would note with Boswellia serrata is when you repot these or unpot these, the tubers are very, very delicate. They snap off really freaking easy. Whatchamacallit. Now, it's not that bad if you have a tuber pop off. It's not going to kill the plant, hurt it in any way. It will take a little bit more time because the plant's going to try to regrow them. However, you can very, very easily propagate any tubers that came off. You kind of just take it, you want to put half of it in soil, keep it warm, keep it moist, and it will start growing from there. I've actually done that quite a bit to a lot of Boswellia serratas, and pretty much any Boswellia you can do that too. But serrata tends to be the easiest, and I guess the nature of their tuber system, they just tend to break off. I also dug the hole. I'm going to show that in a second. Basically, I amended it with perlite, and I stuck a little bit of humus compost in there for some nutrients, some aeration. And looks like this guy is ready to go into the ground, so I will see you again in a second. All right, we're back with part 3. I've got this bad boy in the ground. So yeah, I dug the hole about twice the size or 3 times the size of the tubers just to give them room. I poured down a bunch of perlite and compost into the soil just to aerate it a bit, because this soil is crazy compacted and loamy. If I was doing this you know, in a couple weeks when temperatures were a lot warmer, I would be giving this a really heavy watering right now. But given that the nighttime temperatures for the next 2 or 3 days are going to be about 40, 42, I'm actually going to hold off until what is it, right after Easter, when we start hitting, you know, the 60s and 70s, and then I'm going to start watering this like crazy. I still have those 2 younger Boswellia serratas that I want to put in the ground, but I just don't know where I want to put them yet. But here it is, Boswellia serrata in the ground in zone 7B. As the summer progresses, I'm going to make a lot of updates on these. I really love Boswellia serrata, as well as my other plants, of course. I want to start talking about Bursera more, show off some Boswellias. I'm actually taking that huge sacra I have and giving it a repot tomorrow. Not a repot, but I'm changing out the soil to freshen it up, and in 2 or 3 days I'm going to put that outside too. I'm going to try to make more videos this summer because I am actually going to start law school in August, so I really won't have a lot of time to take care of these plants or make a lot of videos. So yeah, I'm actually selling off some of my younger trees just because I have a little bit too many plants to take care of, and in law school I'm really not going to be able to take care of them the way I have been during this really nice gap year I took. But hopefully every summer I'll be able to take care of these guys and make more videos. So expect some more videos coming shortly when I put out the rest of my plants. And I can't wait to see this take off this summer. I'll catch y'all soon. Peace.